it's your girl, my band had to steal her. I hop on the beat and I float like a real. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, riding around in the round. My dog just called, say he finna touchdown. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money caller right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is win, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize, yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. I told my boys, it ain't no limits. No. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Turned up, turned down right now. Two don't make better get around right now. Two turned up, turned down right now. Two don't make better get around right now. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Could a starving stomach like being.
We've had a lake effect snow band sitting over Soldier Field since about 9 this morning, and it's not supposed to budge anytime soon. The good news, the folks don't seem to mind here in Chicago. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from Soldier Field. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. The Bears at 13-2 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight. And
I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Williams, a man in motion right. One play action. Fields dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields buying time to his left. And it'll be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
On 1st and 10, Anderson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. This is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he goes out right around the 39. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. A play fake. Now Fields to throw. Steps away to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Jamison Williams, 61 yards. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Ross on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Anderson. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll run. It's Miller. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
2nd down and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Off play action, Fields. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Robbie Anderson with his 16th touchdown of the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got him this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving. They're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the two-point attempt is turned aside. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Anderson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Anderson loses the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in his first half of action. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage. Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. John Ross A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Anderson to Pierce. They set up the screen. Touchdown! Dameon Pierce, 27 yards. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final done.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And even 100 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Play action. It's Fields. Forced out to his left. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They give him a gain of 38.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Mostert, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
To throw is Anderson. Throwing on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And that's complete to Cooks. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal. 10.
Looking to throw. Anderson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And down he goes at the 49. A 3-yard pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Anderson. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go. 19-18.
Inside handoff now. Miller. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hurt. 19 tight. 19 tight.
65. 29 is the Mike 29.
Looking to throw. Anderson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Pierce will try to pick it up. 52 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tyler Beatty, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 8. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Dragon 60. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Check 4.
Off the play fake. Anderson airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Anderson now on 3rd down. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. Finding space at the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. In motion right is Jones.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Nyheim Hines taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Anderson to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley.
picked off by Deshaun Elliott, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Fields on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Velus Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Off play action. Anderson. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Pierce now up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Check 26, check 26.
Anderson looking to throw on 2nd down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Pierce. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. He'll try again. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him And we'll step aside for a moment.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
136 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Anderson. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Back to throw again. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He'll find DeGuara complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
Now it's Hines. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 14 yards and a Chicago 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
And his throw is incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Texans will take over. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Fields hit and the ball is loose, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side, a little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Looking to throw. Anderson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. 20, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back to the score.
Carter hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the